All right, and we are going. What's going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, getting to your real raw rugged, and I got someone on the other line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who do we have here today?
It's Ghais Guevara, aka Goyard, Big Goyard, aka I ain't thinking through, but
For sure.
you know how it
You know
is.
what's funny? Right for this interview, he was like, "Any rules? Any rules?" And I was like, "Man, ain't no rules, man." Hey, that music is kind of loud. I ain't gonna lie. The music, we
My
can't
fault,
hear the
my
music in the
fault,
background.
my fault.
No, you
Yeah.
good, you good, you good, you good. Yeah, you don't know about the music part, but yeah, everything else, you good with. So yeah, I'm hyped for this interview because one, it's not a lot of times when I email somebody for an interview, and you had a very enthusiastic response. I think you. What did you say? You said like hell yeah. You were like stone cold or something. Like you were very into it. So I appreciate you allotting me some time to do this interview, man. I appreciate that.
I just been cooped up working on the album, so being able to show my face again and shit, it's like fuck yeah, that's just my personality. So
For sure. I don't even know if you've ever seen me before, but boy oh boy, I've seen you before, and it's only because of my subscribers. So let me take a step back. I've seen your name for a couple years, and I want to say, what song did I press play on? Like I kept seeing your name. I'm like, let me press play on the song. I think it would have had to been freaking the ski mask ain't for COVID. And at that time when I heard that, I think it might have been too much going on for my brain. It was like the beat it felt like I was like a Ringley Brothers circus and the nigga was rapping. I was like, it's a little bit too much for me right now.
yeah,
Fast forward to this year, I made a video saying, "Who do y'all want to see me interview?" And you are by far one of the most people that I've seen. You and this nigga Nourished by Time, I would say, um, probably tied. But boy, it's funny because when you texted me, I was like, "Wait, is this nigga sending his fans?" Because you texted me like I'm good. I swear, like 2 minutes after you text me, back to back niggas commented, "Ghais Guevara, Ghais Guevara." I'm like, God, boy, niggas really want to see me interview him. So I've did my research. I understand the music now. I love the music, and I just want to say once again, thank you for coming to my channel, man. And your fans made this happen because these niggas was on my head about this for years.
I feel like there's a general idea that I'm like ungrateful for my fan base, but like literally the strength of my career is my organic fan base. Fantana reviewers because they hounded him about it. You know what I'm saying? So they're really good at that. And I definitely value that. You know what I mean? It's just a certain few niggas that's just like in the hide. You know what I mean? That kind of piss me off. But for the most part, I fuck with them niggas.
I feel like yeah, they definitely ride for you because like I said, it's not only just a video I did this year. It'd be like, nigga, I interview Obama or something. And nigga be like, hey, that's cool. Where the Ghais Gavar interview? I'm like, damn, y'all like, God damn, nigga, I just interviewed Obama. I can't, God damn, that's crazy. I can't get no feedback on this. So it'll be legitimately times where I interview somebody else and I'd be like, damn, that's hard. When you gonna interview Gavar? I'm like, God damn. So these niggas really, they rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying these niggas, I think it's a lot of white people, really. And it's interesting because I was looking at your interview that you did with Potty Mouth, which might have been one of the most outrageous interviews I've seen in a long time.
That nigga
And
Dom is a nutcase, bro.
one of the most insane interviews I've seen in a long time. But from what I got from that is that it's kind of a strange way to start it off, but I feel like you're kind of like in a no name bag, where kind of like No Name has a white fan base. She's rapping about a lot of black shit, and she's performing in front of these white people. I would imagine it's like some cognitive dissonance because it's like I'm talking about like black trauma, but I'm rapping in front of a lot of white people. Do you ever have that about your fan base where it's like, damn, I'm rapping about a lot of like pro black type of stuff, but I see a lot of white people in the crowd?
Yeah, because especially in it's still kind of the mission now, but even more so when I was younger, because I came up in like revolutionary spaces, pro black spaces, and there was always a dissonance between the revolutionary spaces and aesthetic and coolness and just it being able to be cultivated amongst black youth. You know what I'm saying? It always came off in the form of lectures and shit. So, my idea was like, why not try to make it cool? You know what I mean? This is like 17-year-old me. So then when you do it and you blow up all this shit, and it does the complete opposite, and all it does is attract white folk, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, what the fuck? You kind of flip your shit. And I mean, it's left me in a better position than I ever could have been in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really not even going to complain, but I'm just hoping people understand that perspective from like, damn, I set out to do one thing and it's not unraveling how I wanted it to, like type shit. So that's really where the dissonance comes from. And you know, with white people, they're just naturally white people. So they're always going to slip up, say some weird shit, some shit that make you uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely that.
White people are naturally white people is hilarious. But and it's interesting because I feel like just looking at you, you like you punch a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying, Brady? You got damn protein shakes by books. You like you got damn beat a nigga ass, then educate him with a book on why you beat the nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Are you are you like really into because I don't know, I mean I know you're into, like I've seen videos or seen pictures of videos of you, I'm like, damn, he kind of cut. Are you into like the gym a lot?
I used to be. I always been an athletic nigga. I used to play ball. I used to play tennis and shit. But I never really lifted. But I started lifting because I ended up being confined. Like I live like in a suburb now and shit. I don't really pop out, go outside no more. Ain't nobody to hoop with, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like confined in the home and shit. Plus the album. So now I don't really like the gym like that. I like being in my own space. So I got me a barbell. Started lifting for like, it's been like a year. I think I gained about like 15 pounds or some shit, muscle.
No, for sure.
Like
Do you also draw? I'm looking at the MJ paint, the MJ sketch.
nah, so this room, it's been in here since I came into this room. Like my
Got
auntie
you,
had it since forever. So
got you. Shout out
yeah,
to
I don't know who drew that shit. Yeah, shout out MJ.
shout out to MJ. But let me take a step back, and because I was talking about finding your music at first and being like, this is a lot going on. I gotta tell you the song that really converted me into, okay, I get it now. And then I'm so late, I'm just finding out you also produced this because I thought a nigga named Goyard produced it. I don't know who the hell. How do you even say this? I
Oh,
still want to say.
Goyard Ibn Saeed.
I'm
Shout
like,
out to that
boy,
shit.
I'm like, man, he got. I'm like, whoever this Muslim nigga is went crazy, man. I don't know who that is. If I not find out it's you, well, I'm like, boy, he got a goddamn A-Rad nigga going crazy on this bit right now. But no, it's you this entire time, bro. That Hakuna Matata, that is probably my favorite
Fuck
beat
that shit.
right now. The way you funk that sample and you start
Yeah,
rapping
you
over it,
hitting that shit.
man, that's that funk right there, man. You sample a lot, you know what I'm saying, and I really like your sample choices. But specifically, let's stick with Hakuna Matata. Do you remember making that beat specifically, even before you wrote on? Did you already had a rap first, or did you make the beat first?
I had the rap first, because when I was on tour with Student One and Tabby and Defo, shout out them. We stopped in Atlanta. The plan was to make a little EP to promote the tour, and that was a verse that was on that EP. It didn't work out, but fucking, I don't remember. I just be finding samples, like making the beat. I don't know. I'm just, typical crate digging shit. Train your ear. What do you like? What do you not like? You chop it. You know what I mean? I just feel like if I go based off of what I like and I don't try to be out or yay or whatever, you know what I mean, then the uniqueness will show in itself. So that's basically what it was.
Fire beat. That beat is so good, and like you said, you like sampling a lot. I was just looking at a DJ Muggs clip this morning where I guess the jump around, jump around. I guess some lawyer found out that he never got that cleared, and hit up the people who made the song and was like, "Hey, y'all got money for this nigga?" No, we didn't. So he
Broke
said,
nigga shit.
300,000 from him and 300,000 from Everlast. They had to dish out to the estate or whatever. So I want to ask you. I feel like I know your answer from nigga. Nigga be like 30 facial expressions. I feel like I know what you're finna say. What I was finna say. What is your opinion on sample snitching?
um, in an ideal world, I would love if little kids and teenagers and niggas trying to rap and shit can be like, "Oh my fucking god, look at what he flipped." You know what I mean? Because that's how we felt when niggas heard slow jams. You know what I mean, for the first time and shit. So like, I should stop with the yay references.
It's a good song.
Nah,
It's a good
but
song. It's a good
yeah,
song. Good
it's a
song.
great song.
Good song.
But nah, but fucking yeah, you know what I mean. So I would love that in an ideal world, but in the world we live in, this pro-capitalist world that we live in and shit like that, you got fiendish niggas that grubby little fingers and shit. Always gotta, snatch a percentage out of something. They can't just let the art be the art. And so you gotta shut up. You know what I mean? Because if I get caught, then I'm fucked for life. Like, niggas don't understand. Like, we're talking lawsuits. Like, you're gonna have to owe a nigga money for the rest of your life till you pay that shit off.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, it's not a fucking game. Like, so you playing with people's like livelihoods and careers because, and I'm sorry, you can't be an enthusiastic fan, but if you love the genre, this is what you gotta do to have it survive. So.
Now, I don't think I actually have a full opinion on the self sample switch thing, but can I play devil's advocate if you don't mind?
Right.
So, say hypothetically, nigga sampled your song and had a number one like smashing Billboard hit. Would you want any compensation from that, or are you just like, hey man, you got it?
I would never. No, I'm not gonna say I would never. I would love if a nigga was nice enough to, because that's something I would do. I would extend when Super Slave comes out, my engineer gets like a percentage of every song on Super Slave.
Yeah.
And he didn't even mix and master all the songs. That's just something I did out the kindness of my own heart because I appreciate, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would love if somebody did that for me, but I can't sit here and expect my betterment to come from somebody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is my shit. You know what I mean? I have to stay true to my morals because I would hate if somebody did that to me. But if the nigga's richer than me and I'm sitting here, I could use $1 or some shit. And it's like, yeah. But if you want to be a shitty person, then go ahead, do that. Like, whatever. But hopefully I'm at a point, and I'm at a point right now where I'm good enough and comfortable enough where I'm at, where niggas can just use my shit. I don't care. I'm going to make my own. My mind is so vast. I'll create something better. I don't know. So.
See, I guess the part about you being like you need like money and like nigga rich or whatever, that's I guess the part I'm kind of stuck about. I had read something that said the drummer behind the Amen break died homeless and never got $1 despite being the most sampled drummer ever. That's kind of crazy to me.
I wouldn't let that happen. Like, you see what I'm saying? Had I known if I was coming up in these 80s, 90s, whatever niggas was sampling, like, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? That's just ethically, I wouldn't be able to sleep with that shit. You know what I mean? So.
Pretty crazy stuff, but yeah, like like it's so many people you randomly sample. It's just like this nigga's dead, so he couldn't sue you. But like the prospect of a nigga like New Jack sampling you, or suing you, would just be like insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, why? You got more than, you better off than me. What you need my shit for? Like
no, for sure. And I feel like growing to your music, I feel like a lot of people seem to connect with you in a much more deeper way. And I was just I feel like Nourished by Time I was talking to about this, where it's like people listen to your music and it's like, oh, the music is cool, but it's like, I like what this guy is saying and it's resonating with me and like my life. You know what I'm saying? Is that a conscious effort that you go in the booth and you're like, I'm trying to like relate to these people, or does it just happen you're talking about things on your brain and it is resonating with these people?
It depends on the song, the plan that I have for the project, the beat, what I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah.
So I really just try to vibe through it. Sometimes I find myself rapping about something going on halfway across the world. But most of the time that's because it reminds me of something that happened to myself. You know what I'm saying? The world is a lot more connected than niggas think. Like, way more connected than niggas think. So, and, my mind runs. It's always like cogs and nuts and bolts. So, I think it's a little bit of both, where I try to, and just being completely me and vulnerable and honest with myself, that opens the door for so many more people to, feel welcomed in this space that I'm cultivating.
I feel like one of my favorite things about your music is you're good for some one-liners. You know what I'm saying? What you say? I was 17 with a 38 Jerry Seinfeld. Crazy.
That's the Philly battle rap in me.
I swear to God, on everything I love, that was a part of something I was gonna ask you about, because I'm a nigga from Florida, so I'm a South nigga. But I grew up, first of all, you disrespected Zaxby's and that potty mouth things. I'm gonna need you to never do that again in your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, nigga talking about cheese steaks. You know what I'm saying? But nah. I've never had Zaxby's outside of Florida, so Atlanta Zaxby's could be absolutely terrible. I absolutely feel that it could be terrible. I've never had it outside of Florida, so you probably had a good point. But also, this is really random. Speaking of Atlanta, Were you talking to like Atlanta niggas when you was in Atlanta? Like, did you?
No. When I was on tour, with white folk. They ain't no niggas. You know what I mean?
Got
So
you, got you.
that's, and I tweeted that. I got a new Twitter now, but I tweeted that. I was like, next time I'm on tour, like, take me to this like spots, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Niggas try to act like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from, you know what I mean? North
Yeah.
Philly. Like, this is what I want to see. What Atlanta's version of North Philly is. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you want to see that. I don't know if you want to see that.
You know what I mean?
I had
From like a cool point. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's from the neighborhood type shit, they can, like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like tour it.
I had some Atlanta niggas mad at me. I said Atlanta niggas are the closest things we will hear from like they sound like slaves like when they speak. Like I love Trouble. Rest in peace, Trouble. Trouble. He's the type of nigga I need like captions when he spoke. And I'm a nigga for the South. Like them niggas have some insane accents. Like I don't even think Mississippi niggas accents be that crazy.
I was just about to bring up Mississippi. I was about to ask, do you think
Mississippi just country? They just country as hell. Like Atlanta niggas like. So okay, this is random. This is all over the place. My brain is so all. I don't know why. This is like I feel like using my brain is more honed. I don't know what about you being jacked up off goddamn powder. You got me all over the place. But I was about to say, talking about niggas and slavery, something random that I learned in college that I feel like you might find interesting. You know, in the last 15 years, there's been 1,500 slaves freed in America.
In the last 15 years, there's been 1,500 slaves freed. And this is talking outside of like prison shit?
This is not prison stuff. Yeah, this is not the prison stuff.
Or is it like certain states still got like some laws and shit that...
We're talking about real deal. I'm talking about real deal slavery. So, for example, in Florida, there's a city called Immokalee, Florida, where there's like real deal like Mexican immigrants and Haitian ladies specifically. They're like on the field picking tomatoes. And they're trying to stop it, but it's a lot going on. I think the district attorney of Florida said, this is for anybody in America. If you've ever eaten a tomato in the wintertime, you've eaten a tomato picked by a slave. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if you've eaten a tomato in the past couple months, but
yeah. I'm about to cough that bitch back up. Hey.
But that's so crazy. That's so crazy. And just reading about it, I think they talked to like one escaped slave, and he said he tried to run away one time. Them niggas got on a pickup truck, picked him up, and beat him so bad he couldn't walk for a week. So that's going on.
This what to like ramble a little bit.
Yeah.
When niggas try to be like, politics don't concern me. Politics don't concern. I understand on like a presidential scale type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit's just all games and shit. But on a local, your city scale, you don't know what's happening in these small ass places and what they're allowing to your folk. You know what I mean? And you won't know till it happened to you. You know what I mean? Like niggas that don't know they governor's name, they sent. Granted, like nobody telling them this. They don't know no better. You know what I mean? But shit, that local shit, you never know.
It's crazy. And one thing, like you're talking about, like kind of like this isn't really politics, but I feel like this goes back to like you having, like you say, like a kind of like a white fan base sometimes, and them probably not understanding certain lyrics or certain like concepts of yours. Like I heard you say in the Potty Mouth episode, like niggas would be like, so are you like a Sunni Muslim or NOI Muslim, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like that. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, it's interesting, and that could be a harmless question. That could be somebody who's really just confused. But like a lot of times, they just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And not to compare you to Noname again, but I feel like Noname go through similar stuff. Like when she had Jay Electronica on her shit, and boy, you would have goddamn thought Hitler was rapping on her album or whatnot. Do you relate to that in any sense of the way her? I don't even know if you know the scale of what she was going through, but yeah, like do you relate to that?
I was in the Twitter smoke defending it. Really? So yeah, niggas was mad at me. I'm pretty sure I lost a couple fans over it. Whatever. Dang.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I just quickly want to say before you go, I did an hour-plus long interview with Noname. One of my best interviews last year ever. Like such a good interview. They took like 30 seconds of her talking about like the Jay Electronica thing. She was like, I listen to Billy Woods. I don't even know what Billy Woods be talking about sometimes. She was like, same way I listen to Jay Electronica. I don't know what he be talking about, but it sound good. Boy, they took that and ran with it like, this bitch dumb. She don't da 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 da. So yes, I completely know how that goes.
Completely performative shit. Niggas don't know everything that every nigga be saying every single fucking time. I don't know why they try to act like they is. And like it's I don't get it. That's why I like it's baffling to me because it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas is always gonna find something to criticize you about. So it's just like all you can do is keep yourself in good spirits. Try to let people know like this is in good spirit where my heart is. If they don't want to believe you, then they ain't gotta believe you. You know what I mean? We can all make money at the end of the day. You ain't gotta like me. You know, it's like whatever.
I think what was dark skin bruh on the potty mouth episode? I forget his name.
Plug.
So Plug said something that I felt, and you kind of just you said like niggas don't know if niggas don't know where your heart is at, then like you know where your heart is at. He was saying like sometimes he can make like a joke that'd be a little racy or whatever, but he knows that like where his heart is at. Like he doesn't actually mean that. It's just a joke. But I've experienced that where I've said something to somebody who really doesn't know me that well, and they're like, "Whoa, what did you say?" But it's like in my brain, I know how I feel, but
Yeah.
I can't assume that everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of have to go in knowing that. So you saying like you know where your heart is at. Like, is that ever a battle where you like, damn, I know where my
Yeah.
heart is at? You know? How do you deal with that?
Very circumstantial. Like one of my earliest lessons, I was a big class clown. One of my earliest lessons from my pops was like, know your fucking audience. Like, know who you making your jokes around. You know, whether you in the right or wrong. You know what I mean? If the majority of motherfuckers are saying you wrong, you gonna face consequences for being wrong. It don't matter who the fuck think you right or if you actually right. There's no cosmic sense that's gonna save you from that. You know what I'm saying? So eggshells, you know what I mean? Know what you're saying. Know if you give a fuck about the consequences and don't, you know, pick and choose. Know who's coming at you. You know, the niggas mad at me for defending Noname is crackers. You know what I mean? So I'm learning not to take it to heart. I'm trying. You know,
Yeah.
I get anxious, I get guilty sometimes, whatever. I'm learning, trying not to take it to heart, you know what I mean? And understand like it's all circumstantial and in certain circumstances some people won't understand. And that's just the way it is. So,
Know your audience is one of the best advices of all time because I make jokes about black people all the time. I feel like a lot of black people make jokes about black people. You're not gonna find me around no white people saying them
yeah,
same
for sure.
jokes. You know what I'm saying? Them jokes is you feel me, nigga exclusive jokes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make them jokes around everybody. So I for sure agree with that. And you talked about defending no name and people getting mad at you about that. Hey, first of all, shout out to you for standing up for the sister. You know what I'm saying? For the
Always.
black sister, we
Always.
definitely appreciate that. But so me trying to do research on you, I'm like, okay, let me know what I'm saying. Let me see what he got going on Twitter. Oh, this nigga Twitter got deleted. Okay, let me go to nigga Instagram. Wait, what is nigga Instagram at? So from the bits of pieces that I could collect, it seemed like you were going at it with some people. Was it kind of like the no name situation? I don't even know exactly what no name situation was. Like you kind of explained it to me, but like what exactly led to the deletion of your Twitter?
That was a completely separate incident. I just didn't. I've had that since teenage years. Same with my Instagram, and it was a lot of niggas I was following that I didn't give a fuck. There was a lot of niggas hitting me up that shouldn't have even had access to me. You know what I mean? It's fan shit, old shit, and it was just getting too. I like my shit consolidated,
Okay.
organized, compact. So just to clear of mind, I had to make a new jump. Um, so that's all it really was. But no, it's not like any nigga like drove me off the fucking head. You know what I mean?
Got you. A nigga said that, so I thought he was like, damn,
No,
I'm the
I
reason.
mean because I posted a J. Cole lyric and he was like, "It's just Tom McDonald," and I'm like, I have way too many interactions in response to people like this that makes me look like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like from when I'm like 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't, you know how niggas be bringing up them old, like, you know, Megan tweets, a Lotto tweets.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want a nigga, they hear my new album and then, you know, this is the second impression of me. Like, that's not representative of me. So let me just clear the board now, give niggas a new slate. You know what I mean?
Do you debate a lot on Twitter?
Yeah, I used to heavy. That's part of the American politics shit. That's what we do.
Because I felt that you did, just from what I was gathering, and I was just curious. Like, do you ever feel like every? Because I don't know if you take every battle, but are you the type of nigga like you battling everybody, or is like every battle not worth it?
My boy Percy has got a line. I just posted this shit too. He said, "I go to war with all of y'all before I choose sides." I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much
Mm.
that's pretty much what it is. If I'm saying something, if I'm saying something, and I happen to be on your side, then you know I'm on your side. But that's because I think it's, you know what I mean. And also, I'm open minded. If the other side is saying some shit you know what I mean, and it's making sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I completely lost track as to why I answered that with that.
No, I was just saying, is it like do you take every battle, or do you like don't think every battle's
Oh,
worth it?
yeah. So a lot of the times it don't be worth it because it's just like nitpicky shit from either end. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why am I spending? What am I gaining from this? Why am I wasting my time? You know what I mean? I might as well just be center of this and let y'all dupe this. It's not like fate of the world on the fucking hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I can convince you, cool. If I can't convince you, then whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not the determining factor in what's going to get these people saved. So, like, whatever. That's my mindset now. Before, though, it was smoke. Because I was cooped up in the crib. I got homeschooled my last 2 years. Moved to the suburb, ain't have no friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Internet was the outlet.
Gotcha.
So, like, I'm cooped up. Like, and you know, COVID and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? So,
I'm at the point where I'm exhausted from stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be exhausting on your mental and even your physical to a point where it's just like, I'm demoting so much to this to, one, it's like, I'm not finna change this person's opinion. I'm not finna save the world with this tweet. And it's just like, what am I doing at the end of the day? It's like, because this nigga, he gonna debate me, it's gonna be over, then he gonna have the same debate with another nigga tomorrow. It's just like, it's almost like a never-ending cycle where it's just like, what is the end goal here when I'm doing this? You know what I'm saying? Is it just to kind of make me get like the instant gratification when niggas are like, this nigga killing him, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I agree with you. There's sometimes where it's like, I'm finna make this nigga look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? This nigga deserve it. But it's a lot of the times where it's like, I don't know. The older I get, the more pessimistic I feel like my outlook is on just the world. I don't know if you feel that or not.
You think it's pessimism?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm saying my perspective as I grow older, I'm just more pessimistic than optimistic.
But I'd like to challenge that.
Yeah, go for it.
I think I found in realizing, if I can assume what you're saying is most niggas in this world is stupid or ignorant. Like,
for sure.
Some niggas you just can't fix type shit.
Yeah. Well, no, I think. Well, no. I don't agree with that last part because that's the Dr. Umar. Some of these they gotta die. I don't agree with the last part. I do think there's more idiots on Earth than smart people. Yeah. You agree with that, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. I agree with that. Okay. So let me explain what I meant so you can fully understand. I'm simply saying, like, for example, I'll give you a great example. When I was younger and the whole Black Lives Matter thing was going on, police brutality, injustice or whatever, I'm like, yeah, man, like, I'm going for it. Like, yeah, for sure. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't think anybody cares. So I'm like, for example, so George Floyd, when that happened, I'm like, seeing everybody protest, everybody around the world's protesting, and everybody's like, man, this is a good sign. I knew that. I'm just like, I'm not buying into it because, bro, niggas don't care, or not even niggas, people don't care about niggas included, until they're told to. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, like, I'm a big basketball fan. I'm always keeping up with basketball during the season, this little down period with the All-Star, the off-season. I know the history about it because I really like it. Even if it's not on TV, I got the trade alerts going, oh, you know what I'm saying? What would you say this person? If you really care about black people, you wouldn't only care about it when it's in your face and you're seeing a video. You would know, like you said, what's going on locally. You would know what's going on when it's not on TV. You would know the history about what's going on with black people and really keep up with it. You wouldn't just keep up with it only when you feel like you have to do it and it's like the thing to do. Because shit, niggas still getting killed. I don't really hear nobody talking about Black Lives Matter no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool no more. Ain't the trendy thing no more. Niggas ain't talking about that. So that's why I feel like I have a more pessimistic view because it's like, do you niggas really care? Do you really care about Muslim people for real? Or you only care because Trump put the ban on them, but it was like, shit, nigga, Muslims being oppressed before that and after that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, so it just, I don't know. It's just like niggas feel like they have to care because they're told to.
I think what you're describing is very prominent in the Western, in the European, and the leftism and communism or whatever the fuck. And like, I agree, and it was a point where I got truly pessimistic about that. You know, I left the orgs. I'm like, fucking, I'm not doing this politics shit no more. It's annoying. This niggas, it's all semantics. It's all stupid shit. It's all trendy shit. I mean, but in doing so, it allowed me more time to myself. I like to learn shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go outside and I see these other lands where there's genuine people in like Yemen and shit like that, like actually getting the work done, actually getting the job done. And I understand when you understand certain things about the world, and you understand like the Western left is the way they is because of this cultural factor and this law factor and this historic thing. And, you know what I mean? So many different factors, and you compare and contrast it to the rest of the world. It just makes it like it's the world's never stagnant. You know, everything's malleable. Everything's forever going to change. So it's like I'm just interested to see where it goes. You know what I mean? Will we become like the Houthi? Will we become, you know, like fucking driving Paris out of motherfucking Nigeria? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just here for and I'll be down if we do, and if not, I'll be over there. Like, so you know, I treat it like a, and that I think that's why it's kind of like not as pessimistic for me. You know what I mean?
And I don't want to say that to say like I don't care about niggas no more, because I feel like I overly be caring about certain stuff, and you know what I'm saying, what's going on in like Tigray right now, like in East Africa and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of crazy shit going on, and I just sometimes feel like until it's in a nigga face, or until they feel like they need or they're supposed to do something, they're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, but that's with anything. It's like with a song or with fashion. Nigga be wearing some ugly ass shoes, but everybody wearing them, so it's like, oh, I feel like I'm supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying? Nigga hear a song like, bro, this song sucks, but everybody playing it, but it's like, oh, I'm supposed to do this. You know, so that's just really like it's almost like a sheep mentality that people have.
Those are the people that I never want to, outside of politics, in terms of just like anything, I never want to be around, because it's just like there's no beauty in being samey.
Yeah.
You know, if you happen to like the same shit that everybody likes because you just like it and whatever the fuck. But I think there really is just beauty and individuality and uniqueness. And that's what we live for, is just exploring as many of those facets as we can. Like, you just because you're from somewhere or you are somewhere or something like that. And I'm not talking about shit like allow blackface or allow like Asian fishing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't read no stupid shit like that. But like, you know, just because I'm a North Philly nigga, you know, doesn't mean that I don't have interest in Swedish cinema. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes me unique. That's who I am. And it doesn't take me away from either part of myself. So, like, anyone that doesn't want to explore that, you gotta go.
For sure. And like somewhere like Florida really live in his own bubble. You know what I'm saying? So I could watch something that's not really obscure at all. For example, going back to what we were talking about before this, battle rap. Battle rap is a little bit more popular now, but I used to watch battle rap like in middle school and high school, and niggas be like, "What? They green? Like this weird ass." Like niggas be like, "What is this?" So you bringing up battle rap, it was something I wanted to bring up because, tell me if I'm wrong, but I just assume now that up north niggas, they love like, cause just listen to music, I feel like they're more like interested in like down south stuff than up north things, and I attribute something to like battle rapping is like up north. So I didn't even know if niggas around like, cause how old are you?
23.
I didn't know if niggas even around like your age range up there was even listening to battle rap anymore, because I just assumed niggas was like, I'm not trying to hear that, nigga, turn on Future. So did you grow up listening to battle rap though? The Philly scene, like Reed Dollars and them type of niggas, I'm assuming.
Well, I personally was one of the young teenagers that was actually late to hopping on the South shit. I didn't fuck with it. Sosa came out 2013, which isn't South shit, it's drill shit, but that's based off South shit, so whatever. You know, Love Sosa came out, I wasn't rocking with it. But then Love Is Rage came out, and I'm like, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? So around that period, I was listening to Lyrical Miracle. I was listening to Lupe. I was listening to, you know, I was watching battle rappers. I love the artistry of lyricism. You know what I mean? So me personally, that's what I was tuning into, battle rap. A lot of the times, even listening to their shitty songs.
They're bad. They're really bad for the most part.
But I think as a culture overall, everybody in fucking Philly rap. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's a battle rapper. Everybody got a line. Everybody got a bar. Everybody got that's just what niggas do. So, but definitely, and I feel like Philly more so took on a lot of Southern traits and Chicago traits when that shit started blowing up, definitely. And I could see the flip that you're talking about for sure.
You ever seen that the homeless Philly nigga that went viral for freestyling, and he had like a mask on? What did he say? He said I kick push you in the street like Lupe Fiasco. He said he a souffle a nigga asshole. He said what he said. He said he said I'm a savage midget. I'll let Dookie harden up and stab you with it.
I remember that.
Oh.
I remember it specifically because of that line.
That nigga say he'll let Dookie harden up and stab you with it.
Like, what the
What?
fuck,
That is
bro?
that's only bro. Philly niggas, bro. I love Philly music because y'all sound like the most dirtiest. I ain't washed my neck in 6 months type of music. Like I wouldn't say you sound like that particularly. I would say you.
No, but I'm trying to hone it. I'm trying to come back to my roots.
I need that. You
I'm trying
feel
to hone
me,
it.
bro? I listen to like a AR Rab song, bro. I'm like, bro, this nigga sound like a Marvel villain, bro. You listen to a Dark Low song, bro. It's like, bro, what is going on,
Yeah,
bro? Like them niggas sound
that's good
evil.
times. That's good times. One of my biggest like child is the AR Ab Cassidy freestyle,
Classic,
and the niggas was rapping over the grinding, beating shit, and I'm just
classic.
like, I'm playing it over and over, man. On this new shit, my new shit, I feel like I'm kind of tapping into it a little bit. It's certain lines in there that I won't spoil in there that niggas would be like, you know, like, what is you like? URL, like, what are you? So
My homie said he got kicked out of class one time because he reacted to an AR Rap bar and like he yelled out. He said, AR Rap said, he said it's not even like it was like so like hard was the way he delivered it. He said, "Pounds of exotic, nobody got it. OG Kush got hair like Rodman." And he said he yelled, "Ah!" And the teacher just kicked him.
bad. Like, what the fuck?
That is so hard.
Love that shit.
But you got that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the I was 17 with a 38 Jerry Seinfeld. What you say? Where is it at? Where is it? I had to write this one down. I was like, this nigga tripping. This nigga is tripping right now. What you say? You said crackers try to tell niggas was sunny like they wasn't rocking blackface. That's really fire. You know what I'm saying? I like subtle shit though, because that's not, you didn't really lay it out. You didn't say like these crackers were wearing blackface like they were in episode 55 of Always Sunny. You know what I'm saying? It was much more very subtle. Is that a conscious thing that you, because you have a lot of subtle things that if you're not listening, you're not gonna catch.
I believe in the longevity of finding things out later on. In any form of media. I love being able to come back to shit and like, oh shit, I didn't even know this. What the fuck? I love depth. I love Easter eggs. I love all of that shit. And I really try to hone in on, even on songs where like the idea or is the hook, or I'm not trying to be the most lyrical. You know what I mean? I still want to say some shit that's like beyond. I'm getting this, I'm doing that. What's a different way to say it? What's a synonym for so-and-so? Can I say this in another language? You know what I mean? Just jazz the shit up, add character to it. You know, again, make it more me, make it more unique and individual. So.
Philly niggas really love words and like Cassidy, you know what I'm saying? Like all of them niggas. Like if I see a nigga with a 12-inch beard that look like he could be related to Dr. Umar, I'm listening. I'm like
freeway looking.
Yeah, why are there like 300 variations of niggas who look like Dr. Umar out there, bro? Like it's like all of them niggas look like they related.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely. I know.
Okay.
Freeway. Like I said, freeway looking type niggas.
Yeah.
You go up like Germantown, like you and West, like Muslim area, like you'll find them. Yeah, I have no idea why. I don't know what that's about.
How did that happen? How did Philadelphia become so Muslim? Because I feel like maybe I'm slow, but it really does seem like that's like a lot of Muslims in
definitely in you know full circle, and this is what I was arguing about with the Noname shit. It's the NOI shit.
Okay.
Definitely the NOI shit.
So can you break that? Because why were people saying NOI? Like I didn't see any of that. So like what happened with the NOI no name you thing?
So they were pissed about the J Electronica feature, and I think he had a bar in there that they thought kind of like flirted with lines or whatever.
Gotcha.
Of anti-Semitism, and I didn't like the idea. I wanted to say I completely understand that from an outsider's perspective, why you would be so honed in and focused on the fact that this person is saying these sketchy things about these people. You know what I'm saying? It flirts too close to the lines, or it outright is anti-Semitism, whatever. I didn't like the idea that they were trying to tell us as black people how to feel about it. Because you don't understand why we, look to people like this. You don't know what they did for us. You know what I'm saying? They changed the lives of our men. You know, they changed the lives of our women. They changed the lives of our people. So this is something that we attribute to them. You know what I mean? This is something that we not. A lot of people worship them. A lot of people respect them. A lot of people honor them. A lot of people, you know what I mean? Whether you like it or not, they cultivated a change in our people as black people, especially in big city areas, Chicago, Detroit, New York, Philly. You know what I mean? So to sit here and try to judge us from your place of wherever the fuck and be like, that's not real Islam, or that's not so-and-so and such, that's not supposed to. It's like, cool, but you can't undo this 100+ years of life-changing shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, so some niggas don't mind it. Some niggas don't mind synagogue to Satan going, hang all praise. Some niggas don't mind Jay Electronicus. They're not going to. You know, I'm not coming in here telling you you shouldn't be listening to fucking Sonic Youth because they fucking do so-and-so and such, and it makes me feel like I can't come into your crib telling you how to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you want, I understand on the grander scheme of shit, because we have to work together to to go against the elites and all of that shit. And it's hard to do that when there's hate amongst, you know what I mean, different people. But in order to come to that compromise, you got to understand me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The same way that I need to understand you. There's not a willingness to understand them. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my issue was.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just put it like this. I think Kanye is an idiot, right? I think Kanye is not a smart guy. But the premise of his like argument, because I don't like to act like black people and Jewish people have the greatest relationship. I feel like is being like obtuse and like just ignorant. Because I don't think black people and Jewish people have the greatest relationship of all time. Was he the spokesperson to talk about that? No, because I don't think that nigga know how to word that. But like him just even saying like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of like Jewish people like been messing over my money or whatever with the label execs or whatever. It's like, yeah, there's truth to that. That nigga just don't know how to word that, and he made it worse. You know what I'm saying? So I do think there's conversations to be had like that, just not led by that nigga. That nigga didn't know how to put it.
And you know, and this is what I'm saying by like the world is way more connected than we thought. Because the whole reason why we in this shit in the first place is because of anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
The whole reason why there's so many Jewish folks in the music industry and shit is because they weren't allowed what was decent jobs back then. You know what I'm saying? So they were rendered to shit like this. They turned it into something. The same way we made hip-hop, they took the industry and they turned it into something. Pro-capitalist something. So are we. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it just happens to be a lot of Jewish execs and label execs and shit like that. And music is an exploitative thing.
Yeah.
So they're exploiting. And we're so trained to see identity first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if a bunch of bullshit is happening to you and all you see is Jewish niggas doing it, what is a typical American gonna think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know it's not in the Jewish people to fucking exploit black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's legit black Jews getting exploited, killed, and just like you mean over in Palestine. You know what I mean? Some niggas don't know how to say shit. They don't know how to word shit. They don't know how to articulate it, and are in the midst of losing their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, why are we reacting in a way like, you know what I mean? Why are we not considering these things when we have these conversations? You know what I'm saying? Why are we really? You know, I just feel like it'd be so much easier to come to a conclusion if we considered that.
Well,
like,
that's where it goes back where I say I feel like there's more. Well, I don't feel like there is more dumb people on earth than smart people, and I feel like such a nuanced conversation about that. You have to have some type of like critical thinking, and not a lot of people have that level of critical thinking where they're willing to sit down and be like, okay, let me look at this very complex, nuanced conversation. They're just looking at it on surface value and saying their opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's not the right way to approach it. And also, random fun fact about the NOI, you know, there's a reason like people could like kind of like practice like other religions in prison. So like it was this one dude who was like a Muslim, and they wasn't like feeding him like I guess like the right food. They didn't have like a Quran for him. It was like, nigga, we gonna give you a Bible and call it a day. And I guess like the NOI like helped him get like a lawyer or whatever, and they changed that. So now you could like do like you could practice like, you know, whatever. Not saying you couldn't practice that, but they weren't like, what's the word? They weren't
they weren't providing the resources.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
So,
they opened the gates for that.
exactly, which is pretty interesting.
You can't deny that. I'm sorry. Like, listen, man. They said what they said, yes, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, but you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
It's crazy. Can't wait till you gonna have a Farrakhan on the intro next.
I gotta I think I do. I got a Farrakhan bar on the next album.
All right,
Definitely.
I can't wait. But yeah, like I said, just kind of going back to the music. Um, are you another thing I couldn't find out? Are you producing all these beats?
On like for Super Slave, I did all but one.
Okay.
Black Bolshevik, I did all of them. The Goyard mixtape thing, Goyard Common mixtape. Did I do all of them? I did all of them. The new album, all but two. Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, these beats are fire, and I go and check, and I'm like, why aren't you producing for other rappers?
Rappers, I mean, because we're in an era where niggas can make whatever they want. You know what I mean? It's easy to learn. I was watching this one video. It fucking pissed me off. Teenager. He's like showing his 80-year-old granddad FL Studio, and his grandfather's trying to figure it out. And he's trying to explain, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the 808. That's a WAV file."
Wait. He was a teenager, had an 80-year-old father?
No, he had a grandfather.
Okay, I was about to say that's
80-year-old
right.
grandfather.
Granddaddy puppet.
It's not Al Pacino. But he was trying to explain. Grandpa was like, what's that? And what's the bass? He's like, that's the 808. That's a WAV file. I'm like, kid, it's not. I mean, yes, it's a WAV file, but that's not what an 808 is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm rambling. Fucking you can do anything. You don't even gotta know what the fuck you're talking about, and you can make good fucking music. Like, so I think that's niggas is just on their own thing. Why would I pay somebody to do it when I can do it myself? These niggas are on BandLab making the worst mixed bullshit ever, and getting paid to do shows in LA. You know what I mean? To fucking play it. You know what I mean? So why the fuck? And that's not me being like a cranky old man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the expansive shit. Like I said, I love uniqueness. So.
Well, I don't know if you're up to it, but I want to make a PSA. If you're a fire rapper, please hit this nigga up. This nigga has very good beats. You know what I'm saying? And like, I love to hear you over your beats, but I sometimes hear your beats and I'm like, I can hear this nigga on this too. Have you ever made a beat that you wish you could have gave to somebody else, but you kept it to yourself?
Somebody just asked me that, and I just I couldn't. As a kid, of course, like you always want to work with. But in my current standing, I've never made a beat and was like, I need to get so-and-so on this.
Okay.
I've only had that when I thought that their talent just accentuated it. More so of an instrument mindset rather than I really need to work with this person mindset. That's why a lot of my shit don't got features. Because I just feel like I can do it myself. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Makes full circle.
I feel like I'm enough of a student of the game to emulate it and make it unique in my own way. So. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like that's not the case or it's going to accentuate it, you know what I mean, then I'll reach out, you know what I mean, and find the features.
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum of niggas not being stingy with money, I would imagine you've seen this. I don't even know if you're a tourist seen this, but in now deleted tweet, I think JPEG Mafia said somebody tell that nigga Ghais Guevara if he wants some money.
Yeah.
Has you guys connected?
It was 5 a.m. for me? It was like 2 a.m. for him. He didn't know the time difference or whatever the fuck. But yeah, he FaceTimed me and we talked for like an hour and a half or some shit. Yeah. Very cool conversation. He's funny as fuck.
He FaceTimed you at 5 a.m.
Yeah. I woke up and I don't even remember why I woke up. I think somebody texted me, and I had my shit on D&D, but you know how you can have certain notifications go off. So I'm like, oh shit, like what's the matter with so and so or whatever. They were fine. But then I see my homie Zen, who used to know Peggy. He was like, this girl that joined my Discord or some shit. She fucks with Peggy. They were hanging out, and she called my Instagram like 6, 7, 8 times, like answer. So my phone's like blown up. I got 4 missed calls, no caller ID. I can't call him back. I'm thinking, shit, I missed it. You know what I mean? But he called one more time, and I was up. And yeah, we talked for like an hour or whatever. It's just showing love and shit.
For sure. Can we expect a collab in the future?
I hope so. I don't want to make it seem like he's a He's like some slimy ass nigga, and he says things and doesn't do them. I don't know if he is. I'm just saying that I've even said things to people and it didn't fall through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Should just be happening. So, I don't want to pipe nobody up.
But y'all did connect though. After that.
Definitely.
Got you.
Yeah. Crazy cool experience, because better. And I know I'm sick of the JPEG Mafia comparisons, but to be serious for a sec, Veteran was what kind of like opened my eyes to what you can do at home. You know what I'm saying? Because, he does everything himself, so now I do everything myself. So, yeah, there definitely is an influence. I never denied that. I just never liked the whole fucking just to like. You know what I mean? Again, I'm my own individual. So.
No, that's I've learned that, like, when I'm interviewing rappers, I never want to be like, well, you know who you sound like? Well, you sound just like that one nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not a compliment a lot of times. I feel like there's ways to say that. There's ways to be like, damn, bro, I love JPEG Mafia, and I feel like you as well. Like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all coexist in the same universe. Like, I love that type of music or whatever. I feel like there's ways to compliment a nigga and not be like, well, you sound just like so and so.
I've never denied that I'm in the same space as him. You know what I mean? It's just, I got my own. It's some niggas that do sound like exactly like other niggas, and it's just like I can't do anything but compliment you as a clone. But I just don't feel like I'm that case.
You're a real nigga though, because you sampled something that's going viral right now, years ago. Do you know what I'm talking about? You sampled a song. I don't. Am I sample snitching right now? I don't know if I should even say it. I just had to stop myself.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't.
Song is going super viral for the past couple weeks, like super viral, and you sampled it a couple years ago. Have any clue? I think you sampled on the last album, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna go super viral right now. That I sampled.
Super viral. But you literally sampled it like at the end of a song, so it wasn't even like it was rapping over. Like you sampled it like at the very end of a song.
No, I don't. Oh, is it the? See, I think I know what you're talking about, but that's not that end part. Is it Rayman Legends? No. Okay, never mind. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Can I call you Rose?
The end of Rayman Legends.
Oh, my fault. I thought you were. Oh, yes. My fault. I thought you said something else.
Not the main flip, but
yeah.
I didn't do that part. That was my homie Malik. So I'm gonna let him.
All right. Yeah.
Niggas can text them about it.
Have you seen that going viral though?
A little bit, because they did the Tiny Desk, right?
Did they? I did not know that.
I thought it was because of the Tiny
Desk. I don't know why it's going viral. I'm very confused. I mean, because I noticed one a couple years ago too, but I see everybody or every woman posting that song right now. So
yeah, they love them some neo soul niggas, bringing the Maxwell and shit back.
I was about to say it's only one nigga in that group. I don't know if it's
Really? Oh, it's just him with a band. Oh, I thought it was a group.
It's him. No, it is a group. It's a nigga with the lead, but it's him with like 3 other white people.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of that's a lot of case for a lot of hardcore bands too and shit like that. I mean, they take the instruments out of schools. Niggas don't know how to play instruments. It's only white people that know.
That's very true. That's why I feel like a lot of I always say this, that I feel like a lot of like modern R&B isn't as good as your soul music or even the 90s music, because I feel like if niggas can't sing at one, like there's no soul in that. Because I feel like R&B is like to evoke a type of emotion, and if a nigga can't sing that well, and then you also have no instruments, which I feel like instruments definitely evoke emotion out of you, where's the soul at? You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to my mama about that. Just like the pinpoint accuracy of like 60s, 50s, 70s, 80s singers. Just the utter voice control is just fucking incredible. Like, and there's not a lot of people that can. Which is not to say, I feel like you cannot be a strong, capable Aretha Franklin type ass singer and still evoke shit, even outside of real instruments. I think it's more so about melody, cadence, flow, lyrics. You know what I mean? For example, like I love that fucking Corbin project. That nigga's not singing in a way that you would want to fucking hear.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying? But the structure, the production, the melody, the emotion from him shouting his heart out like that, it's impressive.
Yeah.
And I feel something. You know what I mean? So,
because if we look at 90s R&B, it's not a lot of instruments in 90s R&B, but they like Maxwell is singing You brought up Kanye, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to bring up other bro, but that freaky ass nigga, he be singing. I think you know who I'm talking about. The freaky nigga we can't talk about no more.
Yeah.
That nigga, you feel me? Like, it ain't really a lot of instruments in his music, but it's him just singing. It's like, damn, they not really doing that no more. It's kind of just relying on, like, I knew R&B might have been dead when I said this one nigga was trash, and I was like, why y'all like this nigga? They say, man, you can't listen to his voice. He just a vibe. I was like, all right, well, I think I'm going
I
to
hate
stop.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
If and not to be a snob, it's really just a matter of articulation.
Yeah.
But if a nigga is telling me the reason why another nigga is good is because it's a vibe, it's like, I don't know what to do with that, man.
That's a worse goddamn thinking it's a compliment. This comparing, I would rather you compare me to a nigga and say, yeah, like if you listen to this nigga like content, it ain't that, you know, it's just the vibe he give off. Like nigga, the vibe. Like imagine nigga said about you, like bro, you gotta listen to this new Ghais Guevara album. For real, he hard. I mean, he a vibe.
Yeah, it makes me think that you ain't even try to listen to this shit. So, like, why would I? Like,
That is insane. Have you like going to? Because I don't want to seem like we're just bashing your white fans or whatever. But like, do you like how do you like do you feel like you have a good support base? I think you do because like I said, the way these niggas have been on my head, you know what I'm saying? These nigga made sure I was gonna interview you. So like how do you feel about your fan base? I don't want it to feel like you know what I'm saying they feel like you hate them or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about them?
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
uh, fucking everything that my whole discontentment is never placed towards like an individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's more so about the state of things. You know what I'm saying? I want black people to be expansive. I want black people to listen to different shit. I want black people to approach things differently. I want black people to approach things that's not capitalism and neoliberalism and shit like that. Not off the strength of conversion. I think if you educate a nigga, if you just show them the world, they'll come to the right thing on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easily. I don't have to do any arguing. I'm right off the strength that I'm gonna show you the world. You know what I mean? So that's why I get disappointed and, I urge, for white folks to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, let us step up and try to take some shit over. You know what I mean? Why aren't black kids getting my vinyls? You know what I mean? And they're being resold for $500 on Discogs. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't black kids allowed to come up and enjoy my spaces? I met a friend at an Arm & Hammer show. And she was like, I love them. I love their music. But look at who's at the fucking show. I had to stand up at the fucking front, cornered, dodging them. You know what I mean? I don't like these niggas.
Would they be like? They'd be like moshing or something, or
no? It's white folks.
Got you.
Like it's just like place. You know what I mean?
Just imagine somebody in the corner just hiding for white people. What the fuck is going on?
Trying to enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it's still ironic because they rapping about black shit, Arm & Hammer, and them. You know what I mean? But it pisses me off that spaces can't be cultivated. So I take that out, and I fought myself. I take that out on individuals when they're just trying to ask a question or some shit like that, and I kind of flip or whatever. I'm quick to apologize when I realize I'm wrong. Sometimes it takes me a minute to realize I'm wrong. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? But but I'm like, I have a very dedicated fan base. Seriously. Like, everything that I have now is through them, and I'm stupid grateful. I completely feel like shit that my merch shit went to shit. A lot of them don't have their shit,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to recuperate that shit. I feel like shit about it. I'm still trying to work on it. I get anxious about it. That's why I'm high as fuck right now. But like I appreciate the niggas to that. So
For sure.
It was never really any hate. It was just frustration.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I wouldn't want you to get frustrated. Like, if anything I know about Philly niggas love Islam, and right next to Islam, niggas love boxing. You feel me, bro? I already said you a puncher nigga. I don't want no problem with your ass, bro. I already know your ass probably. You know what I'm saying, nigga?
I've never boxed. But
Never
I've been
boxed.
told that I've never boxed. Nah, my parents didn't want me fucking my brain up.
Got you.
I'm an intelligent nigga.
Smart,
You know what I mean?
smart.
But I got from slap boxing with niggas. You know what I mean? You pick up on shit. So it's just like, it's funny as shit that you say that. Like, I ain't even peep that.
I remember being in high school and like Bro, I seen like 15 niggas slapbox at once. It was like separate individual slapbox sessions going on at one time. I was like, bro, in any other circumstance, like people probably be freaking out, bro. I was like, I don't know if I'm just too much of a nigga, but I was like, bro, this shit all made me cry. Like, bro, this is beautiful, bro. This shit almost because everybody it wasn't nobody mad for real. Them niggas, everybody was just getting right, So
that's how they play. It's how niggas play. They rough
exactly.
Out. You know what I mean? I in elementary school, niggas leaking and shit. A nigga got fired once because he used to hold like a after school program that one too. He used to hold a fighting ring with the kids in the in the bathroom. He used to like rep it and shit. Sadistic ass nigga.
That's hilarious.
But like that was the fucking culture. You let them fight it out. Let young boy get his shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guns down, hands up, which I think is like a flawed ideology. But that's the culture.
Explain.
I think the reason why niggas started picking guns up is because they was getting their ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you see what I'm saying? If I get my ass beat, even no matter how respectful the fucking culture is, if a nigga feel embarrassed, man, he's willing to crash out about it. He gonna crash the fuck out about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think we should really emphasize emotional regulation, and vulnerability, and figuring out, how to deal with embarrassment and shit like that. Figure out the root of it and resolve that, because so long as you got this linear sense of just fight it out, one of these days a nigga not gonna be able to just fight it out.
Yeah.
But you can always ensure that somebody can take a deep breath, count to 10, talk to somebody, get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just more outlets to avoid the worst from happening. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question?
What?
I feel like, so you bringing up the guns up, or not guns, guns up, hands down is nuts. That's not what I meant to say. Hey, that's a Young Nudie song. Nigga, what the fuck? That's crazy, nigga. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, guns down, like gloves up is what I meant. But because I do view you as a pretty bright brother, and I'm curious of your thoughts on this. Do you feel like, because I do personally, do you feel like the hood, niggas in the hood, within like the past, I don't know, I'm gonna say when Black Lives Matter first started popping, what was that, like 2014, 2015?
Yeah, around that.
Would you say since around that time, I feel like niggas in the hood, yeah, crazy, right? I feel like since around that time, I feel like niggas in the hood have kind of been like abandoned. I can explain if you need.
Yeah,
but
what you mean by that?
Just essentially like, so we talk about police brutality, we talk about injustice or whatever, which things need to be talked about. But I do feel like we've kind of left niggas in the hood and shit that they're going through to the side. I say that because I feel like they've only been used for narrative purpose, because conservatives niggas will bring them up, or white people conservatives will bring like Chicago up or whatever, but they're only bringing them up to like push an agenda, to be like, oh, what about these 30 niggas that got killed? It's like, okay, that is
campaign promises.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, that is a problem, but are you doing anything to fix it, or are you just bringing that up to kind of like deviate from this cop killing this kid? You know what I'm saying? And then the liberal person to respond to be like, oh, it's like proximity, which is a true thing, but it's like, okay, can we help these niggas though? Because like just blaming it on proximity, it's like these niggas need help. It's like these are kids dying. So rather than the conservative niggas bring it up just to deviate from another point, and then the liberals niggas kind of explain it to him, it's like, okay, but are any of y'all helping him? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm asking.
I don't think there's been a nigga willing to fix niggas' problems since the NOI.
That's funny.
Like, I don't think.
Nigga, you finna make me bring out my final call newspaper, nigga. The way you talking right now, nigga.
Like I'm saying, this shit run deep. I'm sorry. Black Lives Matter when it was popping or whatever, when the Ferguson shit was happening, and cool. But Patrice Cullors stole my lunch money. That's what the song is about. What happened? Them niggas having brunch. Like, you see what I'm saying? We abandoned. So like, yeah, I agree. It's again trendy. That's what it is over here. That's what we do. We do trendy politics. We don't have honor. We don't die for shit. You know what I mean? We're not loyal to shit. Myself included.
You know who was really trying to help them boys out was, I always say, the Black Panthers. Because the Black Panthers, in the same breath, when they was holding rifles, making sure the cops weren't finna, do nothing, they was squashing gang beefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's crazy.
Black Panthers, and then it was NOI.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's when I like, I don't know. It just kind of disheartens me sometimes because I'm like, that goes back to when I'm like, do niggas actually care? Because I'm like, okay, you're caring about what you feel like you're supposed to be caring about, which is like police brutality and stuff, which, like I say, that's for sure an issue. But it's like, what about the other niggas? Like, you ain't, I don't really hear you talking about them. And it kind of is like disheartens me because it's like, damn, bro, it's like, bro, black people just, like, we all need help, bro. And I don't know, man. That's why I get pessimistic. And I'm like, bro, is anything ever going to change, bro? You know? I don't know.
Probably not in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Which, if you've determined that, go have fun.
Yeah. That was kind of one thing I had to learn growing up. I try to save everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, I'm a big, like, I try to save it. You same way? And how do you, because, like, I'm at the point where I'm just like, man, I can't, because people tell me, like, bro, you can't do that. Like, was there a time where you still like that? Like, was there a time you had to look in the mirror and be like, I can't be that guy?
Definitely. And it fucking sucks. It really fucking sucks because, like, it be people that you care about. You know what I'm saying? Even outside of the politics shit, it just be people that you care about. They have certain things about them that you just can't fix. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta adapt and work. Even myself, like, listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. I was scared of having, like, being a fiend for Zod. Like, you know what I mean? The dependency on it. Like, I can't do anything with that, And I'm realizing, like, I can't get through a lot of my day without this happening. I have a mental thing. You know what I mean? And Zod makes it easy. It's like wearing glasses. I can't see. It's what I have. I'm going to put my fucking glasses on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's something you got to adapt with. You learn how to live with this and that. But, and you move.
Yeah.
You just move, So, yeah. That's it. Again, that's the uniqueness of life. You know what I mean? There's beauty in it.
For sure.
If now I'm bred for situations, I was a de-escalating nigga when I was organizing. I broke up fights. I made sure niggas didn't argue and shit like that. I was good at that because the places where I was living in and the people that I was around, I had to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes me me. So,
Not that it has to relate to this conversation, but what book on that wall, if you had to suggest somebody to read a good book on the wall, pick one.
None of those, because those aren't my books.
Okay.
Some of them are,
okay.
But the ones that are books I didn't like or don't care to read again, so I just put them over there. The books that I would recommend, I'm gonna jump up on my bed and grab it real quick.
Go do your thing.
Yeah. Do I want to do this one? Do I want to shake up the table?
Nigga finna put the autobiography of Louis Farrakhan.
Shake up the table. I'll grab two so niggas know that I'm balanced.
All right. I like it.
I actually haven't read this one. I've only read bits and parts of it.
Okay. Classic.
But I think this man has just lived so long and just, like, if there's any nigga that I would assume knows everything, it's the book.
W.B. Du Bois.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the man, this is when I started, like, focusing on mental health shit and, like, trying to get myself to do better. The book helped a lot.
Quickly, is that the little, like, 12-year-old nigga from Chicago that was, like, called a body or something like that? Or am I making that up?
You're gonna have to be more specific. It was a lot of 12-year-olds that caught.
Well, no, I'm saying on the cover. On the cover.
On this cover. Well, this is not. This was the first. This is the youngest nigga to ever be killed. Death penalty.
Yeah, because he caught a body in, like, Chicago, right? Or am I making?
No. That you think about Yummy.
Okay.
Boy with the braids.
Okay.
He was fucking with GDs and shit.
But I've seen him before. I do know about that Death Penalty story.
This is more old timey. This is like Jim Crow shit.
Yes.
This is George Stinney.
You know where he was from?
Somewhere in the South. I don't know.
Hold on, bro. I want to say that Chicago. Am I tripping? What's his name?
Isn't shit? Probably was Chicago.
What's his name?
George Stinney, I think.
George Stinney. Let's see. Where George Stinney was from? Nah, I'm lying. Bro, South Carolina.
Yeah. It's the South.
Yeah. I do know that story though, because I seen it a long time ago. So what's the book about? Is it about him or?
No, it's kind of, but he's very representative of, like, it's more so, I'm trying to figure out a framework, a deep dive, a frame of thought of just the studies of black men.
Okay.
How patriarchy and capitalism and the world around them affects them uniquely in their struggle and in their oppression, and how certain academic spaces push forth certain narratives about them being savages and shit like that. And, you know, it opened my eyes to a lot of shit that I didn't even know, that I thought was just normal for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I'm fucked up. And a lot of the shit that I'm doing that's fucked up is because of that fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was really good in the opening. A lot of people like to like sit there and try to act like, you know, you're inherently this, you're inherently that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not how you fix shit.
For sure.
You gotta figure out why. So, and the book helped me why. Help niggas figure out why.
Shout out to you, man. You didn't goddamn outbooked me. I should have brought some books. And I don't got no books by me right now, man.
I ain't touching that at these times. I'm slow with it.
Lastly, before we get out of here, I've been trying to figure out a way to say this, but I was like, I'm gonna just say it. You know what I'm saying? No homo, bro. Have you thought about modeling? His eyes got so big when I said that. I didn't know how to say that. I was like,
nah. I've walked down the street. I've seen niggas. I'm like, yo, you would like kill it on Roma.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think we should be more open and honest about that.
For sure.
You know, there's a lot of niggas that can be gymnasts, that can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Open, expand again, like I've been saying. Yeah, definitely. I lowest of keys. I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to be a model. I feel like I can bridge into one of these things.
For sure.
If I want to.
Bro, white people will fuck with your look, bro. You got the Lucas Sabbath type of the dread. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Nigga look like Lucas Sabbath if he beat niggas ass, bro. You feel me, bro? I feel like you could definitely venture into that, for sure. And I feel like I'm trying to with
the next album. I'm gonna be flying the next album.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, your name ain't Goyard for no reason, I would assume.
I got some expensive shit in the closet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got?
Chill.
That is so funny. Listen, I appreciate you coming through, man. If you got any last words for the people out there, let it be known, man.
Follow my new gram. You know, do the fan thing, spread the word. Ghais obligatory, because I have to have it because it's my music account. Ghais obligatory on Twitter. Ghais Guevara obligatory on Instagram. If you can't spell obligatory, I probably don't want you as a fan. So, you know, don't worry about it.
Hilarious. That was damn near borderline racist. That was kind of crazy, nigga. This nigga tripping. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, like, save it for like niggas that just like never fucking could have learned. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just talking about genuine stupid.
Got you.
You know?
I was about to say, because I'm pretty sure it's a North Philly nigga that do not know how to spell.
Yeah, definitely. No, I got homies that can't spell obligatory. But, like, I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that, we in London again, part 2, at George Tavern. We sold out the last one. I'm trying to sell out again. If we sell out again, I'm going to premiere a song from the album. St. Patrick's Day, so I know we're going to sell out. Buy the tickets for that. It's on my Instagram. And Goyard coming. We almost done. So, yeah, get ready for a rollout.
I will say, lastly, it takes everything in me not to like bring out the battle rapper in me, not to like flip your name. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up loving battle rap. Ghais, it's a lot of stuff you can rhyme with. Ghais, like Gaffies, like Ghais. Get a nigga a 5-piece. You know what I'm saying?
5 pieces. Ghais and 5 pieces hard.
You know what I'm saying? It takes me so. Who did you grow up watching? I never asked you that.
The
Who your
first thing
faves?
that came to mind was fucking Daylight. I hate that the first thing that came to mind was Daylight.
Daylight is so good, but like if you like Daylight is he's one of the most intricate writers I've ever heard in hip hop history. Yeah. He's super intricate.
He's a nerd. He's the dork's favorite rapper.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But you know, it's not all dorky shit. I love Steve Surf. I love Tay Rock. I love Geechee. You know what I'm saying? I love who's the nigga with the hood?
Twerk?
Twerk. Yeah.
Twerk is my goat. I'm not gonna lie. Twerk is, I had to come to the realization that Twerk is my goat. I love Twerk, bro.
You got your hollows, your Lux, you know what I mean? All of them favorites.
For sure. Well, shit, man. For everybody watching, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Y'all niggas holler at your boy.